iPhone XS is the perfect phone for 2023. Let me explain. This is not going to be a typical review but an experience of me using this phone. There are two ways we can look at this. Number one, we can look at this from above, from the better phones of the world, and number two, we can just look at it from the perspective of a person who is upgrading to this phone. So in this video, I will be going with the option number one. With the drill of all the technical stuff, I would say this is the iPhone XS, having dual ion glass on both sides, a stainless steel band that runs around the phone, no sharp edges make it a great fit in palm of your hand, a bezel-less 1080p OLED panel, 812 bionic chip, 12 megapixel of dual camera with f1.8 on wide angle, 2658 mAh battery with 15-watt fast charging. If you put this spec sheet in front, we can see that this is not the most amazing or the best out there, but this is not too far off from the flagship of the phones. Let's put it side by side with the iPhone 14 Pro. Yes, it is better in every possible way, but do you really care, or does it make any difference in daily usage? Starting with the build, both have stainless steel and glass on the front and the back, but then again it does feel a little more expensive, but is really not comfortable to hold. While iPhone XS may look a little less premium, the fact that it has rounded edges make it a little more comfortable. Coming up to the display, both screens are 1080p OLED panel. They look very similar to each other, but the 120Hz display on the iPhone 14 Pro is far better and is the reason for a lot of people to upgrade, while I think gaining this phone does not make any difference because even the latest iPhone 14 have the 1080p 60Hz OLED display. Brightness then again is something to look at, but I don't feel like that this is a really deal breaker because I've never had any issues using this iPhone XS outdoor. The A16 bionic chip you can see on the iPhone 14 Pro has a lot of horsepower. I don't even see myself doing something which requires this much of power. When it comes to the performance, I feel like A12 bionic chip in the iPhone XS has aged very well. I've had zero issues playing games on this A12 bionic chip. A12 has proven to me in 90% of the tasks. Honestly, there wasn't any noticeable stutters or lags in the UI. Most of them were iOS 16 bugs and nothing else. iPhone XS has surprised me with its camera quality even today, even when I came back from the iPhone 13 Pro. iPhones have generally the same cameras when it comes to the real life. You get a lot of bells and whistles on the stage, but when it comes to the daily usage, in the end, all we want is great point and shoot cameras on which we can rely on. And in this case, I don't think iPhone XS has disappointed me either. If you want slightly better output from your iPhone's camera, you can download applications like Halide, which will get the job done, providing you with the better HDR and night mode. Again, that is a software feature, but Apple still refused to give us using the software updates. And even though iPhone XS is 4 years old now, for the price it is selling for, there are a lot less phones in the competition which provide 4K 60 FPS with unlimited recording duration. It is one of the crucial features of the phone, provided how good the quality is. Again, this is not going to outperform the latest iPhones, but I think quality will speak for itself. Front camera is something which is not going to win any of awards, but I feel like a lot of people use it for video calling and selfies, and this is good enough for that. Video capability on the front camera is only limited to 1080p. The one huge downside for me is the battery. This one has 2658 mAh of battery, the maximum capacity of 77%, and it does not last me a day. Sometimes I get a screen time of 4 hours, which is totally bad by today's standards. The battery on this phone charges really slowly, even when I use a 15-watt fast charger. Providing everything on the paper from the build to batteries, I feel like that if you can get batteries changed on your phone from a reliable source, for example Apple or someone you can trust on, I feel like this phone can become the perfect iPhone for 2023. Again, for its display, performance and cameras, nothing can beat this phone. If you guys are going with this phone, I guess this is the perfect iPhone for this year. You're not only getting a good build quality, display, performance and cameras, you will be getting all the Apple perks, for example AirDrop and iMessages. So if that's something you are looking for, this is the perfect iPhone in 2023.